Okay guys, so we'll continue. So from today onward, we're gonna have like tailwind CSS classes, and daily basis, or on daily basis we're gonna learn step by step, right? So if you look at the tailwind site here, right, tailwind, let's look at the tailwind. Get started. So if you look at here, I mean, lot of information, but basically, we have to go customization, theme, right? Here we can understand about screen, colors, all that, right? But the main, our concept is lie here, right? Like how you lay out things, flex and grid box. You're gonna look at the spacing, size, typography, all that, right? And then background, border, effect and filter, all that, right? So what I have done, if I go back to our GitHub, right? Let's go to the GitHub. So I just added some code there today. Okay, so let's go to the my profile, right, home page. So I added that portfolio, what you call a repo, right, for tailwind CSS here. Okay, so if you open that one, you're gonna find all this point clear. Colors, background, border, typography. We will look at one by one, right? So we're gonna look at color first, then background and border. We'll try to do these three on today class, and then slowly we move, right? So hopefully in week time all these things we covered, and also start utilizing in our project, right? So I mean, here is the basic installation, right? Installation and setup of Tailwind in your React app. So just now what we did in the Matati computer, right? Just create the React project, then give a project name, select React and JavaScript, right? Oh, so I have some typo mistake also. After install, change to project directory in your terminal, like cd my app, and then install, right? npm install. So it will install all the packages. So we have seen that in many projects, right? Almost all of you know that. Okay, but still someone has doubt, please let me know, and we're gonna experiment installing again, right, the project. Now to set up Tailwind, right, you can go to this link, correct? Just go to the link here. So we have already opened here, right? Okay, so let's open that, go step by step. If I open this link, it will bring me straight to the install Tailwind CSS with Vite, right? Okay, now once your Vite site is ready or React site is ready, what we have done, this step, the first you install this, right? Okay, from second, start from second, and then after this installation is done, you install this one. This, just put this link in the terminal and enter, right? That will install. Okay, after doing this two, right, steps, you're gonna get two files. There will be config, Tailwind config file, and Tailwind, I think, process something, right? But the process file, we don't do anything. Post CSS config, right? That is what you're gonna get, Tailwind's config and post CSS config. Clear? Inside the Tailwind config.js, you just add this config, right? But so what that means now, why we need this configuration, right? Basically this config file is used for directing, right, our style to the certain, I mean, where we this template, basically Tailwind style, right, where it should be applied. Now these are the template, okay, like something built, right? It will look for a direction, where to go and use that style, right? So this config will direct our style to these files, like index page, anything inside the source folder, right? Like JavaScript, TS, whatever file extension, JavaScript, TypeScript, JSX, all that places. So these are the places where you can apply the Tailwind CSS directly, right? So that is just the direction, like giving the right path or directing the Tailwind CSS to apply the CSS, right? Because it has the engine inside, right? in the tailwind, when you install all that, there is a big engine now, there is a template, and from where we getting all our information like class name, bg, rate, whatever, right? We're using any classes, so that is what it's getting from, right, and applying to all these files. Okay, now theme, what is theme now, right? There is theme and extend. Let's say tailwind has already built-in classes like color, like primary or maybe dark, whatever. There are so many classes, right, for color, for font family, or all that. Now in case you want to add your own style, then we're gonna extend here. Okay, we're gonna add something here, and that means it will act like the same tailwind classes. Okay, we can easily use that, right? So this part we will see during the each topic, right? We will see how we can use here. Okay, how we can extend also, right? We will just look at a couple of examples. And same thing, if there are some plugins, right? I mean, you can import that plugins and add to here. Okay, so these things basically comes under the advanced. Like once you know the basic part, then later you learn it how to add extra stuff here. Okay, if you need, right? But for right now, let's not focus on this one. Learn the basic tailwind classes and how to use that one. Okay, and then after you done all that, we're gonna look at this part also, right? We're gonna look at and see how we can configure this. Okay, so what about this one now? In the index CSS on the top, you added this one, right? This 3 file, that is base, components, and utilities. These are the tailwind file, right, which is imported on the top of your CSS. So they contain all our classes. Everything what we getting, right, are inside these files. Okay, so like all the reset happening automatically in our page, you getting all the classes now, right? Everything is coming from here. So you must put this one on the top of your index CSS, correct? So basically we don't have to do anything here. You just add all this and then run npm run dev, right, and you're done, finish now. And after that, you just go to your project, any app or any component, and start using the classes now. So we will look at the first one, right? Let's go back. So after installation, basically all that thing what I explained just now. Yeah, the next thing, right, the MJ asked me why not use inline or basically CSS, right? And why tailwind CSS is more superior than the inline style, correct? Or maybe SAS, or maybe anything, right? I mean, style components and SAS, they have their own value. Okay, they are, I mean, good, right? They are already good. Okay, but why tailwinds is more tailwind has more advantage, right? Why? Okay, so separation of concern, right? What does that means? Separation of concern means the tailwind CSS promotes a separation of concern by keeping your HTML markup clean, right, and focus on structure. Okay, basically you structure everything, right? How you write HTML, how you create boxes and child elements and all that. You have all that there, right? So before, what we used to do, you give a class name to each of them and then you go back to your CSS file and start styling. But now things are written, we just put the class name, but that class already have the style. Okay, it will just use the class, all the style we apply, right? Means now we don't have to worry about writing CSS. It's there already, you just use it. You don't have to worry about what class name you're gonna use. Maybe there will be some conflict, maybe you repeating the CSS again and again, right? You don't have to worry. The good thing is the style component will only inject the style, right? Let's say whatever component is loading in our page, that style will be only added to the page. It will not load like whole bunch of things. No, that's why style component is more fast, I mean, and more clean, right? I mean, you can say whatever, so consistency and scalability, right? That is what consistency means. What I mean, it's just consistent, right? We don't have to worry about getting name conflict or anything, So tailwind css provides a predefined set of utility classes that follow a consistent naming convention, right? They have their own naming conventions, and there will be no any basically like a what when we writing class name, we just start writing whatever we remember, right? Sometimes you put let's say hero underscore something, or maybe box one underscore something. It just not look good, okay? So that's why it's more like a professional kind of thing, right? Rapid development. You can complete your project in very speed, right? It just, if you remember most of this how to write the tailwind css, same time you just put the style, right? Every section you write, you just style it quickly. You don't have to go back to the css and look at the class name and go back and forth and go back and forth and keep styling. No need to do, right? Everything is there done, okay? Responsive design. There is built-in responsive design, right? Already the screen size are given, you just use that one. So the tailwind is mobile first, right? You have mobile design, and then you move to the small device, medium device, large device, extra large device. If you need, you can customize the screen size also, but I think up to extra large, right, that is enough, So if you go back here to the, let's look at the screen. Where is the screencast here? No, not that one. Oh, did I close? Okay, let's go back now. So theme screen here, right? Screen customization screen, right? So that's it. See the theme screen. So screen has all this size, okay? So even I can change, right? If I go back and copy this theme, right, this screen, and put inside my module export here, right? And I can change. I can make this one maybe 400. So now I'm able to use small with 400 size, right? Medium, maybe I can bring it to 500. But this design are like perfectly designed, right? Looking at the screen size nowadays, even a small device screen size is like 640 pixel. Nowadays the mobile, right, where you are using internet and doing, all kind of suffering, right? Internet suffering. So when they design all this with a lot of testing and lot of experiment, right? So these things are perfectly designed, okay? I don't think we have to go and change anything. We just use it, right? So the small device, medium device, that is the size. Large device will start from here. Extra large will start from this. So first you have mobile, right? And when you put small, that means when you go above 640 pixel, the small device style will apply, okay? And same thing with the medium, large, extra large, 2XL, right? So that's what the screen size. So this is already for the responsive design, okay? Optimize output, that means basically what I said, CSS tailwind will only push the code what is rendering, right? So which means that you only include necessary CSS for the style you use, okay? So this lead to smaller file size, faster load time compared to inline style that may result in repetitive and bloated code, right? So all these things is basically optimize output. So community, that is the difference from here, right? Inline style, the inline style has problem with this repetitive and bloated code, So tailwind is already optimized, so all these things we avoid. And community and ecosystem, so there are so many communities, right? There are so many like websites where you can find things nicely built. Even companies, what they do, right, they just buy these like a components website, right, for lifetime access. Let's say if I have a web company, maybe I will just invest $300 and I get access to their whole development ecosystem, right? And anything I need, nice something built, I can use that in my just modify a little bit, change some color, but there is a design, nicely built designs, right? So there are a lot of large ecosystem working on these tailwinds. Okay, you can find a lot of examples which will be very useful, right? It also integrates well with popular front-end framework like React, views, angular, any you can call, right? Inline style can be suitable for certain scenario, but Tailwind CSS offer a more structured, efficient, and scalable way to style your applications, which it's not possible working ourselves, right? And doing all these things is not possible. And our goal is to create, like quickly create something, right? And then make it professional, not just create something, but it should be 100% industry in standard professional code written, right? So that's why it is advised to use Tailwind. There are other libraries also. Somebody will be using Bootstrap. You can use Bootstrap, doing a lot of nice things, but I think the Tailwind is much more better. It has more flexibility, right? Because you can write your custom style also. Okay? If you want to put some custom style, you can do that. Clear? So that's the reason, MJ. So that's the whole point, right? What you were asking me earlier. Okay. Now color, right? Colors. So let's look at the color one. Tailwind CSS provides a comprehensive set of utilities for working with color. Okay. So how are we gonna apply color now? We're gonna look at here. Text color. You can have background color. You can have a border color. You can have ring color, placeholder color, and gradient color, right? So we're gonna look at all this one by one. There is 6 points, and we're gonna look at that. You can open this, right, and it will bring you to the color section directly. I mean, it's there, right? So there is a lot of colors now. What you want to use already built inside the Tailwind, and you can customize your color if you want. And color object syntax is here. Something how it is written. Each color is written something like this, right? Because they have like a opacity like 100, 200, 300, 400, up to 900. So that's how it is structured inside the page. This is just one example, right? It's showing. So let's use a color. Okay, let's go back in our project, and we're going to use, right? So what I have done. Any questions so far? I think it's okay. Yeah. So let's experiment with the color, right? Couple of examples, and we're going to see that. So I did install, right, this I just installed the project earlier, okay? So that just to save some time. In here, right, in our app.js, there is nothing. So what I will do, okay, Matati, you have the complete project the way you installed now, right? So what you will do, you just clean your app.js, everything, okay? And now you start writing code, right? So let's say I will create one div, and maybe I can, for now I can give some class name. Let's give a class name, right? What I can give, maybe BG, background color red, okay? Just give it something like this. But we are learning about color, okay? So I'll just try to focus on same thing what we are doing, right? Not try to move from here and there and then get confused, okay? Let's not do that one. So I will just create one heading section, and I will write something, learning about Tailwind color, right? Color, okay? So simple. I will just put here class name, and I want to give a color. So now first point, right, is what? Let's look at the first point. So in our site, I mean, we have here, right? So that is a text. Let's talk about text color. Text, right? Text color. So whatever you have written on the h1 tag, right, that is text, and you can apply the class called text color like this, okay? So let's look at here, text, and whatever color you want to add, right? Text red 500. So we'll set the color to a shade, right? So 500 is a shade, like how much shade, right? 100, 200, 300, up to the 900. There is shade of color. So let's go back. I think our site is also not running, right? So let's run that one. Let's see, it's online already. Let me go back. kill this and run this again, right? npm run dev. Okay, so this site will be online now. So I will just press the control button, right? Control button and click here, control plus click, and it will just open, right? So it just open here now, see? So there is a background color in the div, right? Yeah, so let me minimize this and also write side by side so you guys can see what happened here now, right? Okay, so if I remove this color, if I remove this background color, right, save, there is no background. So in heading 1, text color will be text dash, and now you just type color, right? Whatever color you can remember. So we have a lot of color here, you know, you want to choose something from here. So let's go on the top, right? So I want to select this one. I don't know what is the name. That's the purple, right? That's the purple. So I will call it text purple and maybe 600. Text dash purple. So I get all this option now, right? Because we have the Tailwind intelligence installed. So just click here. That's it. Now if I save, see that my text get purple color. Clear? So that's how you add color to the text. You can change this to from 100 to 900, right? That is the shade. So see, it's just looking so light, right? That's the lightest one. If you go 900, that will be the darkest one, right? So this purple, but the darkest one purple. Okay, so you can do the same thing with any color, right? If I put red here, red, you can select 700 or 900, whatever shade you want. So now I think it's clear how to use text color. Let's look at the next point. Background color. So we look at the background color also, right? I mean, you can go back here, and I want to put the background color to the box div. Okay, that's the div section, and here, so background is what? Background bg. That's it. And then you call the color orange. Maybe I will make it 200, right? Let's do that. So save. And if you look at now in the vid, you can see the background color with the orange 200 shade. Okay, clear? You can use 900 also, it does not matter, whatever is the requirement. So it get like a dark orange. Okay, so we learned the background color, also text color, background color. Now there is a border, right? Border. So we're going to learn about the border, like complete border, right? We're going to learn about that. But when it's come to color, so where you can apply color now? You remember in our CSS, we use color for text, for background, and for border, right? Border. And also you can apply color to some other place like ring color. So I will look at what is ring color also, right? So let's put a border here now. So border, right? Dash, and I think color. So let's give a green, maybe 700. Can we do that? So let's check. Let's see if this will work or not, right? Because maybe sometimes you have to apply the border in front and then apply the color, right? So look like there is nothing. I don't see anything, right? So we must give border first, border, and then give the border, right, the number also. Okay, so let's say if I put 2 here, what gonna happen? So you see the border, there is a border now, right? So you have to provide the size of the border. So border size and border color, right? So if I give the I can make the size big, maybe 6. So 6 is not there. So there is a like limited size, right? You have to look at what are the size. Okay, we talk about default size, right? I mean, if you want to give your own size, how you gonna apply now? Just square bracket and you put it, let's say 10 pixel, just to look at, right? Save. So that is the border 10 pixel. Clear? I'll just make it little bold, right? So that's the green 10 pixel border. Okay, so see that's the flexibility you have in your style component. Let's give it maybe 5 only, but you get the idea, okay, how to use, right? Border dash color name. That is all about the color right now we're talking about. Now you learn, in the border section we will learn how to use border, right? So what are the given style for border, like border size, right? What are the given size? Okay, so maybe 4 is there. Let's check. So there is 4, right? There is 4. 8 is there. So there is 8. So border 8, right? So if you look at here, right, it says border width 8 pixels. See that? This is the class name, but it makes the border width 8 pixel. That is the CSS applied, all that written already. Yeah. So we look at the border also. What is the next one? Ring. So what is ring color now, right? The ring color utility is used to apply a color to the focus ring, right, that appears around an element when it is focused. So for example, ring yellow 400, we'll set the ring color to yellow shade, right? So remember, we have a focus element, focus. So first you have to apply focus, right? Sometimes we have a button, like a button, right? For example, we take one button example, click here. Now this button can have a like some background color and all that. So if you have focus class name, focus like this, right? Focus. Okay, and then you can put a ring, right? Ring color, ring. So there is a 0, 1, 2, whatever, right? So if you put, this is the ring size maybe, right? Ring size, but we can say ring color now. So what color will be? Maybe yellow. Let's make it 600. That's it. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so we have the click here. So on the focus it's not working, right? We have to give maybe we have to apply focus size also. So what is the focus now, right? What is focus? Remember, in the input field, when you have something you're going to type, right? So we have sometimes when you click it, you want to change that, some kind of like some kind of ring, like some kind of border around inside the input field, right? So the input, see, when you click here, even this is, there is some shadow, right? Box shadow, but sometimes when you click all around, you're going to see different color, right, inside the input field. That is the ring. Okay, that is the ring. Ring is basically the boundary, right, which will be appear on focus. Okay, so just remember that. I think we have to, maybe if we give ring size, so this will also, we look at in the focus section. Okay, when we reach the focus, there will be all this, right? We're gonna learn. But so the only thing is, you remember the color, right? There will be color as well, like we looked at this border color, then ring color, all that, right? So let's see if I can apply FOCUS focus dash. Okay, so focus dash 8. Nice, did not work. Focus. It's just not working. Maybe the syntax is not correct. Just forget about that one. Just remember, you understand ring, right? Ring is nothing but the line inside the input field or any element, okay, outside, right? So for that one, we can change the color also, right? You can add the color of different size of ring. Okay, so we will look at during the focus one, when we reach to the focus section, right? Let's look at the next one. What is the next now? So element, see, when it is focused, right, when it is focused, when you have applied the focus, then you can add some color also, right? That is what he's saying. Placeholder. So what is placeholder now? Okay, let's do one thing, right? If I create an input field here, text, and then if I put placeholder now, enter your email, right? Email. That's it. This is the placeholder, correct? So how we can change the color of the placeholder? So inside here you can add, right, class name, and let's call it placeholder gray 400, right? Something like that, or maybe red, something you put here. So if you go back now, so here, see, so that color is gray, right? You don't see clearly, but if we put maybe red, you're gonna see now, right? See that? That's the focus color. So you can check, right? You can see that. Okay, we should have applied that ring here, maybe inside the input field, but anyway, I'll just leave it. That's the round border, right? See that round border there? That is the ring. Basically that is the ring, right? So let's see, let me try. Okay, let's see if this will work, right? If I just put ring yellow 600 inside here, save. No, focus. I don't know if that is the something there. If we put a red, yeah, it did not work, right? But anyway, we will check that one. Okay, during the focus point or property, when we reach, we will look at all this. Okay, how to use and how we can implement, right? But anyway, even we can see now the input field with the placeholder red. Okay, now the point here, right? Looking at all this. Okay, there is gradient color also, gradient, right? So how we can apply gradient now? So BG background, normally we do background, there will be a lot of direction and color 1, color 2, right? So let's get one example. I think let me take this one. So if you want to put a gradient in anywhere, right? Let's say, let's create one more box or div here, div, and I will give some class name, right? Okay, but there is no size. Okay, there is no size, no text, so we must add something inside, or unless we can put some kind of a height, width, right? So let's put something text here, s2, this is gradient, right? So go back here. So see, now you see the gradient, BG background gradient to right, so from left to right, it will go from left to right, and from blue 500 to green 500. So from blue 500 to green 500. So you just apply the gradient. Okay, that is up to here, right? That is what all here. Now we're gonna look at some examples from here. So in any box, right, or any button, wherever you want to add color, you can put your color also, like your own color. So in case you have any like a let's say you have found some color you want to use, what you will do, right? Either color or text color or maybe background color. Just one rule you have to remember, and that apply for anything. Okay, the same thing I said before. Let's say text, you want to have a text color, then put it here. Let's say you want to add maybe some kind of a 4321 A, right? Something like that. AB, let's put it there. If that is the color, right, you want to add. Okay, so that color will be applied to this one. That is your own color. Clear? So if you go back to our site, you're gonna see there, right? I mean, there is some color applied. I mean, there is a background, but you can see the text color also. Why not just put white, right, and look at that? It will be more clear. Okay, So if we go back and make it white, so that will be 3F like that, and go back, and that is white color. See, so you can apply any properties to the class, right? Class name, just put a square bracket and apply the size. Normally just apply there and done, right? Okay, so yeah, so let's if you get, when you practice, right, look at all these things. Now maybe you're thinking how you can change color to different, right? So that will become in advanced part. I mean, I can just copy this and put in the theme, right, and apply there, just change some stuff and use that, right? For example, let's say let's do one thing, right? I want to, okay, brown. So this is the brown, right? This is the brown. So I will just select color for brown, right? So first we have to apply the colors property in the extend, okay? So because I'm changing the colors, right, for brown, okay? So I will just choose this part, right? This part up to here, and go back to my one. I'll just show one example right now. We're not going to spend too much time that one, right? So let's go back, and in our tailwind config, see, in the extend, right? In extend, what should we do? Because we are applying you can apply anything. For now, we're just playing with the color, one color, right? The colors has a brown. You can add now, keep adding maybe red color here, right? And then add all the different shades, all that you can do, okay? Just keep adding whatever you want to add, right? But that must match with the built-in color. Why? Because that is what this brown is injecting in there, right? So what I will do, I will maybe change here something, okay? I'll just change this one to let's say 4 5 6 2 3 something A, right? Like that. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, that's fine. Now in the 5, right, you're gonna see different color. Let's look at now. In the 50, okay, I will just select brown, and in 50 you're gonna get some different color, not really brown but different, right? I just want to show you something how we use, right? So go to the app, and I will create a heading. Okay, this has some background color. I want to go back and add something new here, like heading 1. This is brown, right? Brown, but not a brown. Okay, so class name, text color will be brown, right? Brown. 50, look at the 50 now, see, that's the brown but not a brown. Okay, that's what I put, right? So now if you go to the side, this is a brown but not a brown, right? I mean, it just came here, but why I get background color, right? So let's see, did I put in the wrong place? Okay, I put inside here, right? I don't want, let me go out so you guys can see clearly, right? So see, that is the brown I added, right? But this is not a brown color, okay? That's not a brown color. Clear now? So that's how you can change something, right? If you need, you just have to select which property, like color or font family or anything, right? You modify there, and then you can use, right? That is one way, but we can extend our own also. We will look at that. Let's not go in the deep, okay? It will get more complex, right? Let's not do that. So that is what this is what explaining all about, right? You can just apply primary color, secondary color, and you can use all that. Even our in our, like you can get something, right? You can add the root and apply the CSS here, and you can use that also, right? So there is a process you have to write down. You have to follow all this, right? In our main.css, you can apply all the CSS there, like how we used to do in our index CSS, right? In our HTML, like you create a root file and then add all the variables. So here is a process also you can do. So that's the reason it has a whole flexibility you can do, right? All kind of things, okay? You just have to follow their structure, how to implement, and then use it, do it. That's the reason we first get through the basic, and then after we look at all that, right? I mean, just everything is given here. You just have to, once you know, you will be able to use it. Okay guys, so next is what, let's look at the background color now, right? Sorry, where is our Visual Studio? So okay, so next will be, where is the background color? Here, right? Background image. Okay, background, right? So how we gonna apply background? So first you can do the background color, we know that already. BG dash whatever color you want to add, just put the background color, right? That is simple. Like for example here, class name BG blue 500. So that will be the blue background in this box, right? In that container or div, whatever, okay? That will be the blue background. Background will be background BZ dash, and we know the color, right? The color way writing color is same thing. Text same thing, color, right? Text color. So when I say color, remember this name, right? Color name, and with the shade. Okay, what shade you want to apply? 500, 600, 900, up to 900, right? Lighter, from lighter it will move to the darker. So that is the background shade. Now background image, right? I mean background color, background image. So background image, so there is a lot of gradient, right? Look at the back, let's look at the background here. So in background, if you want to play around, right, with the background, let's go back, background attachment. Okay, here. So that is when you have a background image, you may have like BG fixed, BG local, BG scroll, all that, right? So that will be the fixed background or scroll background or local background, whatever is local. I don't know what local will do, right? Background attachment local. In our CSS we had background fixed, scroll, and I think that is the two, right? Fixed and scroll. Yeah. So fixed, BG fixed to fix the background image relative to the viewport, right? It will be just fixed there. So when your page move, right, the background will also move. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let me get some water, right? My sore is really. Just give me a second. Okay, I'll just drink little water. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's continue. So the problem now, right, when you apply a background image, you can apply this background fix, or maybe normally you're gonna do the background fix, BG fix, right? You're gonna do that. So look, so if you look at here, right, this code is for normally for HTML, like normal HTML with no React, right? That's why there is a class name. So in that case, you can add, I mean, we can add the style in our HTML element, remember? And inside you can put the background. Directly you can add the style inside this div, right? But in our React, how are we gonna add? That is the problem, right? BG local to scroll the background image with the container and the viewport. Okay, so okay, like that, right? That is the local. So it will be local to that viewport, right? Stay with the viewport, okay? So there are different things, I mean, and scroll means what? Scroll means you can scroll the text, but the background is fixed, right? To scroll the background image with the viewport, but not with the container, right? Okay. Okay, so let's go back. Let's look at the how we're gonna apply the image to the background, okay, in the React, right? That is little bit of a headache. So let's do that. I will just put it here. So I have one box, right? Let's say I have a box, and I will give a class name. What I can give, I'll just give a width for now. We have not learned, but I'll just give some width. So I'll give 80, maybe 80, and height, right, of maybe 80. This is 80 by 80 height, and I will BG. Now we know the color, how to use color, right? So for now I will make it black. Okay, there, because I need to apply the background here, right? So what should we do now? Let's see. So see, that is the box. Okay, that is 80 by 80 box. That's the background color in the box, right? So I have imported one image. I mean, there is two images, right? So why not we do, okay, what we gonna use, right? How let me think. Okay, let's normally when you have any asset, right, if you put it in the asset folder, it's better. Okay, so we have now in Vite we have asset. Let's move it there. Okay, so we have asset folder, images, all that, right? Good. In the source we have assets, and there is images, and from images you can get all this image, right? We can do that. So let's import here, right? Let's try that. So import image one. I'll just call it image one, right? From slash. So if I do same page, same, right, same folder, assets slash images slash, I think there is what is the file name? bg-1, right? Okay, bg-1 dot jpg. Simple. Now this is the image we want to apply. I mean, we can even copy the link, right? We can do copy that one. So now in here, what should we do? Can we write a style here? No, right? Okay, so let's say bg, right? If I do bg background, maybe if I put that variable, it will, I don't think it will work. Okay, image one, right? So that gonna work? No, we don't see anything here. Okay, let me check the code, right? Go back here. So I mean, that is all how to add gradient. We have looked at that already. bg URL with height and all that, but URL, okay, URL, right? We added the URL, it did not work. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, so let's add this style, right? We're gonna just add the style. Okay, style, and then insert this link here, right? Directly input there. Okay, so that's the problem with this one. You know, I don't see anything proper background is basically background image how to add, right? Even here I don't see.
Dev,
Yeah.
when I was doing my project, I put it under the tailwind config and the extend all
Okay.
my backgrounds.
Oh, okay. So from there you import here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That yeah, that will work also. But I'm just trying to add the style here. Let's see with the style, right? Style, and then what else we can add? Background, right? Oh, when we use style in our React project, remember we have to add two curly bracket, because this will be object now, right? You're gonna add style with the object. So I'm trying to add here itself. You know, I mean, in the extend with the config, right? Yes, that will also work, because I have used that one time long back also. You know, so that should work fine. I think that is the way it should be using, right? Okay, but let's finish this one first. Background. What is the background image, right? So let's look at here. Okay, background, we have to write like this. Background capital image. So when you're putting inline CSS, right, it must be like, if there is something background dash image, we must capitalize. Okay, that is the important part. We must capitalize, right, background image. Then after that you have URL, and then in URL, right, you can call, oh sorry, why I put capital URL, okay, image colon URL. Why is that? Oh, we have to wrap it in the quotation mark now, right? That's the headache part. Okay, we got that one. So how are we going to get our URL now, right? So inside the string, if we insert any, let's say we have image already here, okay, any variable, what should we do now? So can we put the dollar sign, or maybe we can use a backtick, right? Let's use a backtick. I hope that will work, guys. Dollar sign, yeah. Now image one, right? Let's put that. Oh god, okay. So now there is an image finally, right? So that's how in the inline you can use, I mean something like that you can use, right, to add the image. Because I saw some code, you know, this code, right, using for normal HTML, just using style tag and adding here. But again, I was surprised how to implement here, right? But good thing, Muhammad, you remind me, I mean, you just called me, right? So okay, for now let's leave it like this. Now you have image, but what should we do now, right, with this? How you gonna like center it or fixed and all that properties, how you gonna add? So here, right, you can add, let's call it fixed. That is one property, right, fixed. And then if you look at here, let's say scroll, bg scroll, maybe no scroll, right? That is bg fixed. So we have to do bg fixed. Okay, we cannot just write fixed, we have to write bg fixed. So that should be bg dash fixed. The next one is okay, we learned the fixed one. What else property? Scroll we don't need to use. Now hover, focus and status, let's not worry about that. Okay, but how we gonna center now, right? The position. Okay, so position will be where you want to start the background, right? BG bottom, BG center, left bottom, left top, right, and all that, right? So anything you apply, just look at here, right? See that? That's the BG left top, okay, left top, BG top, right, BG right top, then left, BG left. So it's just left in the center, right? BG center. So if let's apply in the BG center, right? Let's do that one. So we can do BG center property. Clear? And what else we have? Background repeat, we don't repeat, right? So background repeat, we can make it BG repeat, BG no repeat, right? Or you want to repeat x-axis or y-axis. So if you have BG repeat, it will repeat on x-axis and y-axis. You can repeat on x only, y only, you know. So we can just put BG no repeat, right? That is what we're going to use. We don't want to repeat our background image. So BG no repeat, okay? That is one property you can remember. And so next one is background size, right? So you can have a contain or cover, you know. So normally we use cover, right? So if you just put BG content, will be content inside the box. So BG content, and that's it. I think that is enough now. Let's look at now. So okay, content is something like this, right? So you see this is already in the center, nicely looked, right? The whole I think the whole picture is there in the center, okay? But we can, let's change to cover, right? Let's look at the cover, okay? BG cover and see how it looks. Cover, and you just cover your box size, whatever the box size, right? You just cover. So if you increase your box size, right? If I go back and make it the maybe this one little big, right? So let's say, I don't know how much is that size, 100. So there is no 100, right? So you have to be careful, okay? So you can apply your own size, you know. So width, let's make it width full and height full, right? And see what happens. Width full, so it will just take the whole screen, and height also whole, right? There is something wrong. What happened? Let me put back 80. Did I? Oh, okay. Maybe this together, right? Width 80, height 80. It's still not coming up. Now what happened? So, okay, it's get back, right? But why was it not showing on the width full and height full? Okay, maybe there is something, you know, we don't know. God knows. But you can you know, it's possible to write, right? The size of the image, you can, you know, put it on the whole page however you want, right? You can put that. Okay, so it's possible. It's not like it's not possible. If I just remove this, right, what gonna happen? Let's remove the totally this width and height. You're not gonna see now, right? So if I give a height of full and save, okay, so that means we have to provide the size here. Width 80, or maybe let's make it 50, 60, right? And height 60. Okay, so we will look at that, right? Why is, how to get this whole page and all that. We're going to check that one. I mean, you can directly insert the image also, right? Like img tag, how we put the image in our page, you know. If you have a div here, right? Or maybe directly image you can write here, you know. So img, that will be the normal React kind of thing, right? And image 1, correct? If you do that, it will insert in the page. Yeah, it's just added, right? It just added the whole image here. Okay, because our image is fixed now, so it's just stuck there, you know. It's just stuck in the page, right? But you can see, I mean, you can apply the image the way you want, right? Image property and add the image and done. You can copy the link also and put the link here at URL in the quotation mark. You can do that. That is possible. So you see the image, background image with and how you can use all different kind of image property, image size, image position, image repeat. So in background image there are 4 or 5 different properties come together, right? So you have to play around and understand that part. So we look at that during our CSS class also long back. But just play around and try to understand. Okay, just do this, right? BG cover will be cover like this. I mean, you just look at here and you see contents, you know, just content the size of the, whatever the size of the image, right? It will be just get there, you know. It will not just go whole page or whole area, but it just content there. So now that is customization part, right? Let's not go to the customization. Okay, next one is what, there is one more we're gonna cover, that is border, right? So let's look at the border. So border, so how we apply border now? So this will be easy, right? Border. Let's go back to the border here. So it's here. So border none, right? If you look at this property now, border none means the border radius is 0 pixel. Border is small is 0.125 rem, right? That is 2 pixel. Rounded will give you the 4 pixel rounded, right? Now rounded MD, LG, XL, 2XL, 3XL, that's it. So normally we apply the border. You can give the custom size, or you can apply it from here at one of the class name. I mean, you see, I mean, if you scroll down, right, look at here. So many, right? So many styles are there already. Yeah. So let's quickly look at a couple of from here. And the next one is like a border color, border style, border okay, so these three things we're going to look. We look at the color as well, right? Earlier, border color, we remember that. So just width, border radius and width, right? We can check. And there is some style also for border. So in our one of the element here, okay, I will comment this out for now. Okay, this will disturb the whole page. So a border, okay, let's put a paragraph, okay, and I will just add some maybe 10 text, right? And I want to apply here some border class name. So first we put border, border, right? border, maybe I will put 2. So even x-axis, y-axis, right? Border 2 will be both x-axis and y-axis. Remember that. You have border top, border right, border bottom, border left. Same thing. If I just need one side, let's say this paragraph, right? I just want border on the bottom only. So I just put border b-2, right? I can do that. That's it. So there will be only border on the bottom. And let's see if we getting any color or not, right? So okay, so there is border now, right, on the bottom, and that color is the color of our whatever the text color, right now. But we can add the color now to the border. Yeah, so how we can do that? Same thing. After this you put border and color. So color will be what? Border color. So color is what? Red. And opacity you add, right? So okay, let's put in 900, and that's it. So that's how you add the border. That is bottom, right? But if I just remove this b tag and keep it 2, that means border on all 4 sides. Clear? So that is whole 4 side, right? I mean, I can make this small and put in the center, and then you can see, right, different. Let's make that one quickly. So if I get a width, let's call it max width, maximum width of maybe maximum width, how much? Let's give it I'll just give it 80, right? Because there is a 80 number we used earlier also. So that size will be used in, you can use everywhere, you know, that there is a fixed size what we call, right, width. So if that is the max width, so it's something like this now, right? Max width, what happened? Max width 20. Oh, did not change. What is the problem here? I don't know why it did not change on the max width. So I want to make it 80. Let's make it 80, right? For now. Okay, that is the maximum width. If I need to put this in the center, how you can move that? So now the margin is all on the right side. So the same trick, okay? Margin x, right? X-axis, left and right, x-axis auto, and that will move in the center. See? So now you see the border here, right, all around, and you can apply in any one side. So if I go back here and I say border left, so I'll just put L-2, and my border will be on the left side only, right here. See? Clear? So that's how you can play around with the border. You know, if you need to make a rounded border, how are you going to do that, right? There is a rounded full. So you just put here now, right? Just go back and put border rounded, right? Rounded. So if we do rounded, I think this is 2 pixels, okay? Oh, we don't have the complete border all sides, so let's remove that. And I think there is little bit, I don't know if we can see, right, but maybe this is not correct. So border rounded, rounded. Can we do full? And let's see how it looks, right? Okay, did not change, so that means it's not correct. So border, let me find border. Oh, okay, sorry guys, I think we have to put here border, not 2, right? But maybe we can make it full here. No, God. 2. Let me check the code itself. So rounded, right? Okay, so no need to put border, just rounded, MDLG full, right? Rounded full. So see, in the beginning it's just difficult to remember all this, right? So I will do maybe 2XL. Let's try that and look at the code now. So that's how it looks, right? 2XL. Okay, if I make it rounded, because there is a lot of text, maybe it will be not good idea, right? But you can try. So sometimes you have an avatar, the image you want to make a rounded image, rounded. What? Rounded full. Yeah, so this is the rounded full, right? But because of the text, it's just expanding like this. Okay, guys, so let's keep it up to here, right? And in your project, just apply all this skill what you have learned. Look at the the color, background, and the what do you call that, the border. Okay, three things. Look at, remember it, just think, remember, revise in your mind, just apply many times, right, today, and then master it. Okay, so that will help. I mean, you guys are already using, but please try again, right? Whatever project you are working on right now from the CSS, I hope you guys are still working on that, right? The CSS projects from the, so any tailwind projects you are working on, their focus on color, background, and the what you call that, background and the border, right? Three things will be major things to use today. Okay, I will just stop here. And then also, right, the background image, tomorrow we will check again. I think that we're gonna use it in our, we try to learn it how to use in our config right here. So if you go back to our config, what is that, tailwind config. So in this one we're gonna add, right, we're just gonna add our, just extend here. Okay, and then you can use that one, then you will be able to call it in the square bracket. Okay, so we'll look at that tomorrow. Because sometimes sometimes we just need to use background, and we should know, right? We should just know it. That's one of the important topic also. Okay, I'll just stop here.